You mean to tell me that you said, number one, I don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah.
And then you study for free, watching
Google.
YouTube videos and
YouTube.
Googling, period. And you learned how to do something, created it, perfected it, to make it to your liking.
For sure.
Like you said, like, I'm not going to take this out of here unless it looks good and
For
definitely
sure.
tastes good.
For sure.
But you also said, people want more of this, then I'm going to jumpstart this business.
For sure.
And you did it a week later.
Yep.
I'm not going to tell you how many times I told myself that I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
Hello, beautiful, and welcome to Becoming Serene, where entrepreneurial-minded women find inspiration to embrace peace while pursuing success. And today's guest is a dynamic woman whose creativity and discipline intersect in powerful ways. She is a senior specialist in electronic health records by profession, a graphic designer by passion, and the founder of Cake Batter and Company. Beyond her professional accomplishments, she finds joy in baking, traveling, shopping, art, and technology. She embodies what it means to lead a multifaceted life, balancing ambition with grace and intention. Her journey is rooted in faith, driven by purpose, and fueled by a desire to bring joy to others through everything she creates. Whether you're pursuing multiple passions or seeking meaningful insight from someone who's building her vision with integrity, this is a conversation worth hearing. So please welcome my friend, Nakia Tucker.
Welcome.
Hey, my Nakia.
Hello, Miss Rue.
How are you?
I'm good.
Have you ever heard yourself introduced like that before?
Absolutely
yet?
not.
So get ready, girl.
Yes.
Because you're going to continue to hear yourself.
Thank you. That was a lot to digest. Did I do all of that?
Honey, and doing it with grace.
Thank you so much.
Thing about it.
Thank you so much.
Let's get on in this conversation. First of all, before I ask formal questions or whatever, take me back to how we got acquainted. Like,
I don't remember. I think I met your husband first, Travell.
I think so too. Yeah.
And then I don't remember. I think I met you maybe haphazardly at church.
Right. Most definitely.
And I think that's how we...
tell me about that relationship with him. Like, what?
Oh, with Travell?
Yeah.
We were working on web design for the Lighthouse Church of All Nations and built a great relationship. That's my buddy there. Oh. And then I think you came to the church one Sunday and you guys were standing together. Right. I said, Travell, who's this? That's my wife. I said, oh!
So funny, and it happens so often.
It
still happens.
Yeah,
we're out and stuff.
Like,
you all are married. I'm like, I guess you're not following us. Man.
You don't know this is a thing.
Now, exactly.
So
that is your graphic design background. But before we delve into that, all that, what is your actual career choice and profession?
My actual career choice and profession, honestly, it's multifaceted too. I do IT, and I'm also healthcare, medical records. What else? That's multifaceted as well. Healthcare, medical records. I also do MIPS, which is where I work alongside Medicare to make sure that the doctors that I am contracted with meet that criteria. That way we keep our money and we don't get a demerit or money taken away from Medicare for not treating our patients correctly.
How long have you been doing that?
I have been doing that for 11 years.
Okay, fabulous. Is that something that you went to school for, or is it something that you pursued?
This is something that I pursued post high school. I've always wanted to be in the healthcare field. I originally wanted to be a pediatrician.
Okay, same here.
But once I said, me being a cancer, I'm always crying. And seeing a baby hurt, I said, I got to find another avenue. And so I went the more administrative route. And I kind of fell in love with it.
Nice.
Yep.
No, that's wonderful. I love when people have careers, or as we say, a job or a 9 to 5, but you actually do love it.
Yeah.
Because you do find so many people who
Yeah.
do not love their jobs.
Yeah.
And another reason, even for this show, one of the things that I would like to promote is definitely not lose or leave your 9
for
to
sure.
5,
Oh, for sure.
if you love it, and if it's your bread and butter,
For sure.
How you bringing the bacon home,
That part.
that would be just foolishness. But there are other passions that you may notice that you have based on your talent and your gifts. So let's go ahead and talk about how you actually got into the graphic design business.
That was a passion of mine. Both of my uncles are artists.
Okay.
And in high school, I took a web design class just to fill up my schedule.
Wow.
And fell in love with it. I said, I can do this.
And it's a beast, like for real. So those of you sidebar and a little bit of commercial. Those of you who may know someone, and it may be you, who have fallen in love also with web design or any type of design and creative arts, please hit your girl up.
Hit me up.
Hit her up. But just make sure you put in the comments that I have a passion for this as well.
Yeah.
And I may be going to school for it as well. And, just we want to keep in contact.
Yeah,
with
for
sure.
For sure. And it's funny because I went to Southern Illinois, Carbondale for 2 years to do business administration because everybody else is doing it.
Right.
And I said, I don't want to do this. I came back home and I went to the Art Institute. And I was like, this is where I should have been all along. Oh. And it reminded me, because you took a web design class in high school and loved it. And so I went that route, loved it. And so that's another side business. Ruth, I got a lot of side business.
Girl, I know you do. Oh my God. Okay. So that is that something you're developing though? Like you still want clients?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
So
I thought about putting it on the back burner, retiring. But that's not happening. I still get clients.
Of course you do.
I still get clients.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. And we are definitely going to share how she can, how you can get in contact with her. With all the handles and everything. But ma'am, I want to get into your latest venture.
Yes, ma'am. That's my passion for real.
One of the reasons that I called her to my home and to the couch is because this is something that sparked, let me just say, some joy into everybody who takes a bite of one of her cake and batter company creations.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was in the middle of doing something. Am I interrupting you? I just wanted to make sure you stop and subscribe so that you won't miss another episode of Becoming Serene. Everything that we're doing is for you and to help you learn to protect your peace while you pursue success. So hit that subscribe button and don't forget to also hit that bell so that you'll be notified when new episodes air. All right, see you there.
Thank you.
Tell us where this started.
I was a young teenager and I wanted to kind of dabble. I would always see my aunt. She would always bake. I would go to her house and we would just bake and have fun. I said, okay, that looks interesting. And so it was one holiday. I said, I think I'll take up that pie that she reminded me about, the lemon meringue pie. And from there, it started with lemon meringue pie, evolved into cheesecakes. And from there, it just kept evolving until a couple years ago, we were having a gathering at my sister's home. And the big craze then was the strawberry shortcake with the cheesecake. I told her, I said, I'm not making that. I don't know how to make that. I'm not going to try to make that. I will find somebody for this event. I went and looked it up. I said, no, I can make that. That costs too much. And I told her, if everybody loves this cake, I will for sure start this business for real, for real. Brought the cake to the party. Everyone loved it. It was looking for seconds.
Wow.
That next Monday, I got online and I made my post. I'm finally going to start my baking. I wasn't expecting any comments.
How long ago was this
was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay.
I wasn't expecting any comments. People started flooding. You should have been doing this. About time. We're happy. Let us know when we can order. I said, oh my God.
Crazy.
I think I got something here.
Like people of their word.
Yeah.
They started.
My uncle is a pastor of a church.
Oh.
I thought he was having like a big event at his church. Ruth, he ordered 4 cakes from me.
What?
And I'm like, okay, all right, I could do it. I could do it. I go to drop him off. I said, "Oh, are you having an event at your church?" He goes, "No, I just wanted to support." I said, "Oh, okay, yeah."
That's amazing. Okay, so let me go ahead and get a mental picture and make it clear for all of our viewers and listeners.
Okay.
You mean to tell me that you said, number one, I don't know how to do that
Yes. Yeah.
And then you study for free, watching
Google.
YouTube videos and
YouTube.
Googling, period. And you learned how to do something, created it, perfected it, you know, to make it to your liking,
For sure.
like you said. Like, I'm not going to take this out of here unless it looks good and
For
definitely
sure.
tastes good.
For sure.
But you also said, and this was just a promise you kept with yourself, if people want more of this, then I'm going to jumpstart this business.
For sure.
And you did it a week later.
Yep.
I'm not going to tell you how many times I told myself that I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And I promised myself that I would do it if somebody said they wanted more, and I still didn't do it. So I totally applaud you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not just a woman of your word, but keeping a promise that you made to yourself.
Yeah.
That is so amazing.
It's true.
It is. That is. So don't,
because we can get lax and say, "Oh, they liked it, but I don't think I'm ready to jump out yet." And I was like, "Well, you said it.
It's my family. You make excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, please, that's because they ain't paid for it.
Exactly.
All these
I'm like, they saying that because they.
Yeah.
All right.
They
Yeah.
need to make more for free. We can do that all
the next
day
event.
long.
Yeah.
But you know what? And I love that you put worth behind
Yeah.
your work
For sure.
immediately.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people would say, let me just go ahead and test the waters and start making them free for friends.
Yeah.
Ooh. But no, I guess you learned with all your other businesses.
We can't do free. Then they will always expect free. Yep.
Yes, man.
For
and
sure.
Learned to be judgy with the free. Oh, that's another show.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not getting started. But
that's all we get.
Yeah. I could stay on that for a couple of days. Now, speaking of our church relationship, I already know that you're a longtime member of the same church.
Yeah.
Church of All Nations. But how has your faith shaped your journey of entrepreneurship?
Okay, the first year, I was like, okay, Jesus, you gave me this, and I'm going to run with it. I was getting orders. And then I did a big Thanksgiving, and I said, okay, you really didn't do too much. You took on way more than I should have capped it, but I didn't. The first year was great. Last year, I hit a road bump. It was kind of slow.
Really?
And I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm going to need some help here because I don't want my faith to start dwindling over a passion that I know you gave me another skill, and I have to figure out how to get through this. And so last year it was ups and downs, but we made it through.
Right.
And so this year, December 24th at the SmackDown event, I said, okay, I'm going to have a talk with God because next year cannot be like last year. It has to go up. We're going into a new year. Right. And I do not remember what the message was that Pastor Garland preached. But that thing catapulted me. And I said, okay, I'm going to go home and pray, and we're going to figure this out.
Oh, wow.
And I was brushing my teeth. I kid you not. I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth. And I said, God, give me the wisdom on how to move next.
Most definitely.
And he dropped in my spirit. He said, well, why don't you do cake slices? I said, cake?
Talk about those things. Let me tell you. If you go to our church, honey, I'm just saying, if you have not stopped by a certain little sofa, little cushion thing on the outside of the doors, outside the cafe, by the restrooms, baby, after service, after she's come out of her working, her
media law,
coming out the media.
Well, you can meet me up there too. We have a few people that do that as well.
Baby, I'm just telling you all, you are sleeping.
Oh my God.
You have been blessed. Tell about the cake slices.
And so I said, cake slices? But I want to do whole cakes. And so he said,
hold on. She's saying whole cake.
Whole cakes. Whole. WHOLE.
That just took me to a movie, baby, and I know y'all heard hoe cake like I did.
And I'm like, no, Lord, I'm into the custom cakes. I'm into the whole package.
Yeah.
I don't want to be slicing my cakes up.
But you did.
And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it again, cake slices.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay. So I sat down. I said, I got to come up with a plan. I got to write it out. That way, week to week, I already know what I'm doing. I can't half this thing.
Right.
So I wrote it out, rolled out the first ones, posted it on social media, and I was getting orders.
Wow.
Oh, you doing that? You doing that? Sure, absolutely. Meet me at church. Okay. To the point now, Ruth, if I do not come in with my black bag at the Lighthouse Church, someone's wondering, are you okay?
My God.
No black bag, that means no cake. What am I supposed to do? I said, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm
So he
happy
gives
for you.
me different things, different recipes, different toppings to try.
Wow.
The one that we were talking about earlier, the caramel crunch. I was in the store and I said, okay, we can do caramel cake, but I want something crunchy to go on it.
Yes.
Dropped in me toffee. I said, toffee? Toffee with caramel? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That thing snatched me up when I tasted it. It was so good.
That is so
And that's
awesome.
one of my number one big sellers is
Tell me
the
all
caramel
of the
crunch.
flavors of your
So
pizza.
we have
Go.
the banana pudding cake.
My
Okay.
husband's favorite.
It's
That's
a vanilla
his favorite.
cake with banana custard and buttercream frosting.
Mm.
And then we have the one that started the whole thing, the strawberry shortcake cheesecake crunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the classic, the German chocolate. That's another popular one.
Yes.
We have the red velvet.
Mm-hmm.
We have the lemon crush. That one is lemon cake with crushed lemon cookies in between the layers.
What?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, ma'am.
And so now these are your specialty cakes and everything that are flavored but I noticed that your niece had a birthday.
She did. My baby's now 2.
Yes,
She's
and you
2.
Just knocked it out the park with her Minnie Mouse
Thank
thing.
you. I told my sister, I said, let me know what the theme is and I'll take it from there. She said, of course you will.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was researching because I wanted it to be, it's Minnie Mouse. You got to go
Yes,
polka
girl,
dots.
you have to.
And I said, wait a minute, but I've never worked with this medium before. Fondant was new for
Yes.
me.
Really?
Yeah.
They were beautiful.
Everything I do is buttercream.
Wow.
And I said, okay, you're going to either fight or flight. You got to do it because if you never do it, you never know what you can do.
Exactly.
Ruth, that whole week, when I tell you, I was so terrified of messing up this cake. I said, cupcakes are easy. I got that.
Have a whole
Woo! I said, I'm terrified. I can do it, but I'm terrified. I kept looking at the video, kept looking at the recipe. And when it came time to execute, I said, well, we gotta make it do what it do.
Right.
And it turned out beautifully.
It
It
did.
did.
Honey,
It did.
You followed steps very well because I'm not
Yeah.
going to tell you. Well, I did tell you about something that I started and I tried the other day. No, we're not doing that anymore.
We're not doing that anymore.
No, not at all. I would like to know where the name came from. I'm big on names.
Mhm.
So how did you name your business?
I wanted something that was unique.
Mhm.
I didn't want to use my name because that's cliche. Usually when people start small businesses,
Mhm.
they always go with their name.
Mhm.
I wanted it to stand alone
Right.
and could stand by
Most
itself.
definitely. Yeah.
And so I used my favorite friend, ChatGTP. Okay, get into AI. It can help you.
Yes.
It can help you. And so I said, cake? Well, what do you do with cake? It's batter.
Yes.
And so I typed it in, not knowing there were a lot of companies that had different variations of cake and batter. I said, no, but I want that. I have to have it.
Right.
So I typed it in the ChatGTP and it spit out to me cake and batter company.
Right.
Nobody had that one.
Okay.
I snatched it. I got the website.
Of course.
I got the name. I got it all. So
Yeah.
now it belongs to
You're
me.
wise. I know
Yes.
you did. So now that has taken off and basically into a life of its own.
It has.
I just noticed that you are recently now even using Uber Eats. How did that start?
That started
Girl.
on a random Tuesday afternoon.
I love when you drop
Random
the name.
Tuesday afternoon. Okay. I was at work and someone was calling my business line, a number that we don't answer numbers we don't know.
Right.
I said, okay, whoever it is, if it's important enough, they'll leave a message. Now I'm calling from Uber Eats and we want to just get in contact with the owner of Cake and Batter. We're looking at the new businesses in the area. I'm in Bolingbrook, Illinois. Plugs. If you need a Baker, here we are. And so I said, I'm not calling it back, Daddy. This is a spam. I'm not interested in spam on a Tuesday, okay? So something said, call them back. Just call them back and see what they got to say.
Wow.
I said, okay. So she's talking. I said, oh, this sounds good. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop because I'm thinking it's going to cost some money. What's the hook? I said, so what's the money aspect of it? She goes, honestly, we only take a small percentage of each order. Mm-hmm. I said, oh, that's it. It's no monthly subscription. It's no anything for your device. Right. She goes, no, if you don't get any orders, then we don't make any money and you're just on our platform for free. What? I say, wait a minute. You mean to tell me if I don't bring any orders in for that month, I'm just sitting on Uber Eats for free? She goes, absolutely. I say, so what? It can't hurt. Girl. It can just help. Wow. And so I went home, ran the numbers, because at first, Ruth, I had a math issue. I said, wait a minute. They said they're going to take 20% of each slice, and I didn't do it right. My brother said, you have to do the numbers the other way. Right. They not taking that. That's what you keep. I said, oh, well, then we can do this. He said, okay. He said, don't tell nobody else that story.
It's all right. No, it is totally, we're learning here. We are teaching.
And I guess because I was so excited that a company of that magnitude reached out to me. And I asked her, I said, well, isn't it usually the other way around? Right. People reach out to the Uber Eats and the Grubhubs and the Postmates. She said, yeah, but your name stood out to me.
Okay, working.
And so we had to see what it was all about.
See? Look, if you are not utilizing your online social media presence and all these things, stop. Just stop. I don't care what it is that you're doing. If, like Nakia here, God gave you vision and purpose and a plan, what are we doing? Like, what are truly, for real, what are we doing?
Yeah.
That is so
She said,
awesome.
Your name stood out to me and I had to contact you.
Wow. Oh my God.
She said, and we see that you're very, you're on social media and you have a website and your cakes look amazing.
She's on social media. She has a website and her product speaks for itself. Wow.
Yeah.
Enough said. We're done. No, we're not.
So I've been on there almost a month and I'm getting my feet wet to figure out, okay, so how do I time it? What I can sell, what won't sell. And so it's been another learning curve, but I'm enjoying it because Uber Eats and Cake and Batter, absolutely.
Yes, nice partnership.
Yes.
Like, let's go.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Girl, where are you again?
I'm in Bolingbrook, Illinois, 60490 Weber Road.
Yes.
Yes.
So you mentioned how your uncle supported, give me 4 cakes. Like, ma'am, if you're doing something, I know it's gonna be great. Number one, number two, I want you to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because if nobody supports
you
are going to feel like you're out there on the island
by yourself. For sure.
So how has your family actually continued to inspire you to?
My mother orders a piece of cake for me every week.
Amen, Mama. Aww.
Every week. And I told her, I said, you don't have to pay. She goes, this is a business, right?
That's right. Amen.
Now, she does make me put it in the pink bag.
Oh, yes.
With the fork and the napkin. She wants the whole shebang, okay?
That's
recently, Ruth, this is funny. My brother, yes, I'm going to tell this on social media, YouTube streets. He ordered a piece of cake from me. Okay, usually people come into the house. Yeah. They don't live with me.
Right.
He went outside, Ruth, got in his car, backed up out of the driveway, called me and say, I think I'm in front of the correct house.
No.
Is my cake ready?
That's so sweet.
I said, are you for real? He goes, yeah, I'm sitting outside. I say, something's wrong with you.
That is so sweet. He wants the whole experience.
He said, I want the whole experience.
I don't blame him. Sometimes you do.
So then he came back in the house. He said, oh, have you guys heard of that company, Cake and Batter? I think they're pretty good.
I love your brother. That is
I said, oh my God. So he did that. And then recently, last week, I had the German chocolate cake. Mm-hmm. I'm cutting the cake slices because I also need to be getting ready for church.
Right.
Made the mistake, fell asleep. And I said, ooh, now I have to do all of this on the Sunday morning. We'll knock it out. I'm getting it ready. I'm watching the 8:30 service at Lighthouse Church.
Right. That's what
And I walked away for a second. And he looked at the cake. He say, I'm not supposed to have this, but can you just give me a piece of that? I'll sell you the $10. So between my mother and my brother,
2 slices are gone.
Listen,
immediately.
every week my mother is like, okay, so what's the flavor for this week? I got you. My coworker is the same way. She says she laid off sweets, but then came back and cake and batter. One of the doctors I work for, she took my business cards up to the ICU. She said the nurses are always asking for something sweet. So I told them, order from her. I know it's good. Order from her. So when I tell you I have support that I didn't even, I can't even fathom.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Yes.
So before I ask you what's next, when you do hit, that hard spot and need direction or some type of reassurance, what scripture or what in particular do you do or pray about?
It's not a scripture. I literally, it seemed to be that the bathroom, I kid you not, is my place.
I know so many people that say that.
And I say to God, I'm praying because today I just don't know. Please give me wisdom and clarity and direction.
Wow.
And before the end of the day, Ruth, I have it.
Wow.
I have it.
All you have to do is ask. Ask with what expectation?
That part.
I mean, because once you've already received an answer, because that's what faith is.
Yes, for sure.
Faith is that we continue to build our faith by trusting God with the bigger and the greater. And he's a God of, hey, if he did it before, he
can do it again.
And make it even bigger and
for
bolder.
Sure.
So I'm loving it.
Yes.
Oh my God, girl. Okay, now, Cake and Batter Company, your graphic arts, your career, everything, all of these things.
Yeah.
Like, how are you keeping the harmony of your life, like, without...
It's hard to find a balance.
Forget all this stuff.
Listen, because I have weeks that I'm like, I don't want to do any of it anymore.
Right.
Or you know what? Let's not go to work. Let's just stay home and play with cake and sugar and flour. I don't want to do any medical records. I don't want to do IT. I just want to stay at home. I do have moments and I say, okay, you have to go sit down and write it out.
Right.
And get back into the swing of how you normally do things. Because when you're just doing it, moving too many pieces I'm out of sync.
Right.
So I got to get back in sync because I can't take on all of this stuff and then don't have it where I can balance it.
Oh, yes.
And so I make myself sit down, get a pen and a paper. Something about a pen and a paper.
Yeah,
and my mother used to always say, a pen and a paper is different than typing it out.
I agree.
And it is.
I agree.
It really is. And I sit down at my desk and I write it out. Okay, Monday will be this. Tuesday will be this. Wednesday and so forth. And that's how I'm able to keep it balanced. Because it's a lot.
Oh, God, yes. And speaking of your writing it out and how you do find the balance, well, honey, you were just telling me about some more traveling that you intend to do.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your favorite thing about going to the island?
Oh, my favorite thing. I love going to the resorts.
Yes.
I love an all-inclusive resort.
Don't we all?
I love an all-inclusive resort. I'll take my food. I'll take my drink.
Yes.
And I will sit out on the beach. Or if I want to, I do ATV. But just getting away and not having to think.
I've never been on an ATV in my life.
Me either. I'm ready to go this time I go. Every time I'm supposed to go, they either fill up the slots or I chicken out.
It's something about
my
teeth.
Yeah.
I'm like, every time I see people.
And they make you put on all of this gear.
Yeah, I'm just
Then they still be dirty. I don't know if I want to be
filthy.
dirty.
Filthy. It's not dirty.
I said, I don't think I want to be dirty like that.
I want a clean ATV. Like, maybe
what they going through the dirt and the mud.
Yeah. ATV or something. Oh, did you say mud?
Yeah. You come. They tell you wear clothes that you're not trying to keep because you're gonna get really dirty.
What does that make? I'm going to pack a whole outfit that I don't intend.
They say if you're trying to keep it, don't pack it to wear on that.
Dirty.
Yeah.
And I drive like a bat out of hell.
I do too. Oh, you drive fast?
It's not just fast. It's fast.
Yeah.
It's not anything good. If you're watching this and you're in law enforcement, just stay away from my car.
Please, not too.
And so that's what I think ATV is. I'm like, the people that don't already drive reckless.
Right.
I already
we drive reckless.
But girl, no.
So I'm excited. I'm gonna finally try it.
Okay.
I'm gonna finally try it.
I'm gonna go ahead and see what
you say.
Like, I'm not adventurous at all. I'm more adventurous with my eating.
My sister tells me, she said, you try something that nobody else would try. Why are you even getting that? I said, because you have to try it out.
I agree.
Yeah.
If it's something supposed to be.
She tells me I have an
palatable.
extreme palate.
Yeah. Well, mine's not extreme.
I said, well, you gotta
try. As long as it's not looking at me or moving.
Yeah, that part. I
got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, my darling.
Yeah.
So what is, how do you like to, how can I put this? How do you like to, not reward, but celebrate those closest to you with your different businesses? Is there anything that you like? Ooh, I like to celebrate this person, so let me do this, that.
Yeah, I like my mother's party was coming up. This was it last year? No, 2 years ago. And she said, I think I want you to make me a cake. And I said, oh, for sure. I'll love to do it. And I don't know, this extra burst of energy when it's for someone close. And I just wanted to look as magnificent as it can. And she loved it. She was turning 60 something. I won't put her age out there. And just watching the pride that she had when I brought the cake and she was sharing it with her friends. My daughter made this cake for me. My daughter made this cake for me. Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So what is it that you desire next, like to do, or what?
I really want to get into the wedding cake business.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I did not even anticipate that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I finally do want to retire from my job and just do cakes, and that's it.
Oh, that is so wonderful. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because I was up honestly last night watching, because you can never learn too much. I was up relearning some of the basics.
Wow.
And then learning how do you do the wedding cakes and how do you stack the wedding cakes and what do you do? And I'm like, that's that part.
Together,
and I say that's where I want to go next.
That's true. Oh my goodness. Well, honey, I don't plan on getting married again.
Vow renewals. We can do vow renewals.
Look.
Who said no? So, okay. So we're done.
But I definitely would love to support any other type of way. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love it. And I know that you are going to accomplish that.
Thank
just
you.
Like everything else that you've desired. All you have to do is just tell yourself this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because you keep your promises to yourself.
I do.
I
do.
It,
yeah.
Definitely. So in doing that, my darling, what would you say to another woman or viewer, listener, because we have just as many men watching and listening. So I don't
That's good.
I know it is, because it's about entrepreneurship.
For sure.
What would you want to leave with them that, that can help them on their journey or even their decision?
For sure. Don't put it off, and don't talk yourself out of not doing it. I did have, when I first started, I said, well, maybe I'll just keep this for family and friends. Maybe I won't go any bigger than this. And I sat down and God was like, there you go. You're trying to talk yourself out of it. I gave it to you. Use it to its full capacity. So don't talk yourself out of not doing something that's a passion, a God-given gift. Research it thoroughly and then start making the baby steps. And before you know it, you'll have an entire company, an entire new vision.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up, because you said this business is ministry for you. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love how you said that it's totally delicious, entirely indulgent. And yes, and that it brings you joy.
It does.
Give other people joy
through
your baking.
It does.
Keep it up, honey.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Most definitely. So how can they follow you? How can
they can follow me on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Cake and Batter CO. That's everywhere.
And
made it real simple.
Spelling cake nor batter in a funny way.
No, Cake and Batter, CAKE, Batter CO. Yep.
All right. Thank you all so much again, once again, for joining Becoming Serene. I hope that you have learned something to help take you on your journey a little bit further and to help someone else. Until next time, I love you, and I'll see you again soon.
Bye.